Welcome race fans out to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Southern Motorsports Truck Series. 115 laps here tonight, and should be a great race. We got 31 drivers registered for the event. They still got 9 minutes left in practice, so we could see a couple more guys drop into the session. We did have one drop out of TeamSpeak, the 54 of Joe Mitchell, but he may still be on the track, so we're going to go ahead and go through the point standings as they sit right now. In first place, Brad Hicks. Second, Shane Papala. Third place is Paul Zoda. Fourth place is AJ Hamill. Fifth is Billy Howard. Sixth is Kurt Davidson. Seventh, Rob Whitmore. Eighth is William Lee. Ninth is Lupe Gonzalez. And rounding out the top 10 in points right now is Jeff Glockner. So a lot of these guys will be pushing to get that final push before they go to the chase. Let's take a look at the schedule really quick. Yeah, they're in their final two races before they head to the, round of 8 chase. Part of their chase format. They do 8-6. 8-6-4, and then you crown your champion. They are at Atlanta tonight and Dover next week. Make sure to check out MaxSpeed TV3 for the remainder of the season. As you can see up in the left-hand corner, we will be moving to MaxSpeed TV3. So all the races you catch on Arctic Broadcasting will be seen over there now. We partnered up with Rudy Cummings of MaxSpeed TV for MaxSpeed TV3 now, so they are in the drivers meeting right now. We got 7.5 minutes left of practice. The fastest time right now is Ryan Gemmel. Let's see if we can see his lap time really quick. His fastest lap time was a 29.188. Thomas Keane right behind him with a 29.192. Adam Baker with a 29.197. AJ Hamill with a 29.202. And Billy Howard with a rounding out the top 5 in times here in practice with a 29.334. So definitely those front 3 drivers are almost all identical times. As you can see on the ticker, Ryan Gemmel's fastest lap was 4 thousandths faster than Thomas Keane. They are in their drivers meeting, like I stated earlier. Doesn't look like we had anybody drop out just yet. You got a new driver. Let's see if we can take a look to Skylar Allen Sr., a new driver to Southern Motorsports. I talked to Paul earlier, and I believe he was added earlier today. Let's see if we can find some more of those. I believe Jackson Allen is another one of those new drivers. Jackson Allen in the 39. Charles Grant Jr. we haven't seen out here before in the 50. See if we can find any more of those new drivers to take a look at, see what their schemes look like. I believe that is the last of the new drivers. So we've got 3 we went through. Drivers that are new to Southern Motorsports out here tonight. What is going on, Adam? Thanks for stopping by, and good luck to you tonight. And we're going to go ahead and play a little bit of music while we wait for their drivers meeting to finish here. All right, and right now we're up front with the fastest lap leader, I guess, right now in practice, Ryan Gemmel, who's got the 86 of Brad Hicks behind him as they're coming to 2 minutes left in practice. Definitely one of the drivers to, actually, a couple of the drivers to watch tonight. Thomas Keene, he's been in Southern Motorsports now for a couple weeks and has managed to rack up a couple of wins. Adam Baker, who's always near the front, out there trying to run some practice laps before we go to qualifying. And as always, the points leader, Brad Hicks, we'll have to watch him tonight, as we'll have to see if Brad can pull off a win or another high finish and secure his place, that first place, into the chase. So with 1 minute left in practice, let's go ahead and step away for our national anthem. But we're trying to step away from our national anthem. It's not letting us quite do that. Wow. Stuff is going wrong here now.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, and we're in qualifying now, waiting on some of those qualifying times to roll in, and we do have Justin McDuff up front, Charles Grant Jr. in second, Jim Locking riding out the top three for the moment. Still got a lot of guys that need to take their first times. And you see AJ Hamill move into that pole position. Joe Mitchell now taking over that pole position. Justin McDuff in third. AJ Hamill taking that pole position right back. Joe Mitchell moving back to second. Justin McDuff in third. Adam Baker fourth. Billy Howard rounding out your top five for the moment. still only have 20 drivers with times taken. 21 through 31 still have yet to take times. Yeah, I know, Skylar. I showed your truck on the stream. We got a couple new guys, so you're not the only one out here tonight. "22 drivers are now taking time." We got a couple still on the track. Brad Hicks has yet to take a time, but he's out there running some laps, and so is Keith Haney and James Haney. And there's our points leader getting on the board in 18th right now. Hoping to get a faster lap on that second time around. And I believe we're coming near the end of qualifying. We have 24 drivers with time. Watching the 88 of Jeff Glockner, who's got 2 times in now. So there we go. We're going to head to the grid. There we go. Let's take a look at our grid tonight. Ryan Gimmel will get the pole here tonight. Racing for MB Motorsports, a new racing team formed by him and Adam Baker. AJ Hamill racing for Upstate Racing League will start second. Joe Mitchell racing out of Pennsylvania will start third. Jackson Allen, another one of those new drivers, will be racing out of Virginia, starting in fourth. Keith Haney racing for Georgia Boys Racing will be starting in fifth tonight. Brad Hicks will be starting in sixth. Justin McDuff will be starting in 7th. Adam Baker, racing for MB Motorsports, will start 8th tonight. Ronald Etheridge will start 9th. David Howard Jr. will start 10th. Daniel Haney, 11th tonight. Billy Howard starting in 12th. Paul Cohen will start 13th. David Gainforth will start 14th. Charles Grant Jr., another rookie driver to the league, will start 15th tonight. Jim Locking will start 16th. Paul Zoda racing for SoMo Racing will start in 17th tonight. Rob Whitmore in 18th. Jeff Glockner in 19th. Eric Burley for Lazy Days Racing will start in 20th. Stephen Bird will start 21st. Bob Skinner 22nd. Jay Dubuque will start in 23rd. Ivan Jones 24th. Thomas Keene, one of those dangerous drivers out there, did not take a time, will start 25th tonight. Lupe Gonzalez for 575 Motorsports will start 26th. Ray Williams will start 27th. Shane Papala will start 28th. Kurt Davidson will start 29th tonight. Skylar Allen Sr. will start 30th. James Haney will round out the field in 31st tonight. Should be a great race here tonight as they're getting ready to come around. And Ryan Gimmel will get to start these guys on the pole tonight. And it's 115 laps tonight, so it's a nice long race for these guys. Pace car will dip in. Green flag is out, and Ryan Gimmel will bring him to the line for the start of the Atlanta 115. And we got a wreck early. Caution is out. That was quick. Didn't even make it to turn number 1. Let's go ahead and take a look as we have our first caution of the night. And it looked like Ryan thought he was clear. Comes up, gets hit up into the wall by the 18. That was the 18 of, I believe that was AJ Hamill. Yep, AJ Hamill had to tow it to the pits. Looks like he blew his engine. Ryan Gimmel as well had to tow it. So that is going to put Joe Mitchell up front. So Joe Mitchell will lead the first lap of the race after that quick caution. And he doesn't bring it down pit road just yet, so I don't think we'll see anybody coming down pit road that quick. But the top two are already in the pits. I'm showing a driver did start the race. I don't know if he necessarily got stuck in the pits because he missed the grid, but James Haney is still in the pits. So let's go ahead and let's see here. Let's see who's in TeamSpeak right now. We can get a word in with somebody really quick here. You know what, let's get a word in with our leader right now. Who started in third, we haven't had much racing yet, but let's get a word in with him. Joe Mitchell, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you haven't really had much racing out here yet, but do you have any strategy going into this race?
Not really. Hopefully, not get caught up in any messes here, and I think it's going to be a tight race here after a while. It's almost like a mini Daytona. It feels like a lot of drafting.
Now, is this any... I saw a lot of guys, like you were saying, in packs drafting. Are these trucks just not powerful enough where you need to let off? Or is it act like a super speedway for these things?
Yes and no. It will start to push after you get about 25 laps on the tires. So I think we're going to see a lot of guys lifting in the center off the longer we run here.
All right, well, you're on the one to go. I'll let you get back to driving. Good luck to you, and hopefully we get to talk to you later on in the race.
All right, thank you.
That was Joe Mitchell, who will bring him to the line when we go green again. Early caution, and row number 1 is taken out early. And Ryan Gimmel has disconnected. AJ Hamill is still on the track, but not out there yet. Pace car will dip in, and Joe Mitchell will bring him to the line. Green flag is out, and we're back to racing here at the Atlanta 115. And immediately, Keith Haney jumps into second and pushes that 54 down the track. And I think we're going to start seeing some of that super speedway restrictor plate style racing here. As now Keith Haney's going to dip to the inside of the 54. And it does look like Keith Haney is going to take the lead and will lead a lap here tonight. So now Joe Mitchell back in second. I don't know why he went to that top line. The only reason I could think is maybe he's trying to save his tires. We're now seeing Keith Haney go to that high side. Brad Hicks is sticking to that bottom side with the 48 of Adam Baker right behind him. Keith Haney dips back inside, leaving Joe Mitchell on the outside by himself. Ronald Etheridge has moved up into 6th for the moment. Adam Baker dips to the inside of Brad Hicks. And we've also got the 39 of Jackson Allen inside of Brad Hicks, trying to move into 3rd. Adam Baker will take 2nd. Go up and watch this battle now as Adam Baker is going to put the pressure on Keith Haney, who leads his 2nd lap of the night, or 3rd lap of the night. As Adam Baker is going to go high in the corner and dip it back low in front of the 39. He's going to try to get to that inside line from Keith Haney. He's going to go outside. He's looking, trying to find his spot to get around Keith Haney. He's looking back outside. He's going to dip back inside, going into the middle of the corner. He's trying to get underneath that 87. He is going to get under him. He won't lead this lap, but he is now scored as the leader. Didn't lead the lap. Keith Haney beat him to the line, but he is going to take the lead from Keith as now the 39 of Jackson Allen moving into 2nd. And they got a pretty good battle back here for 4th. See if we can take a look back at it. Brad Hicks and the 60 of Ronald Etheridge back here. And then you got the 20 of Justin McDuff and the 54 of Joe Mitchell in 5th and 6th as well. Good battling up here in the top 6. Adam Baker, though, will lead his first lap of the night. Lap 11 of 115. And AJ Hamill did disconnect, so 1 and 2 are out of the race. Adam Baker will lead his 2nd lap of the night. Jackson Allen still right behind him, trying to push towards that front. And they're starting to go 1 by 1 now. We don't have many 2x2 battles going on. And we've only ran 13 laps out here tonight, but we did have that caution that kind of mixed things up. Let's go ahead and take a rundown of the field. Adam Baker started in 8th tonight, now sits in 1st, has led 3 laps as well. Jackson Allen started in 4th, fell back to 5th at one point, now sits in 2nd. Keith Haney started in 5th, led 5 laps, now sits in 3rd. Ronald Etheridge started back in 9th, now sits in 4th. Brad Hicks started in 6th, now sits in 5th. Justin McDuff started in 7th, now sits in 6th. Joe Mitchell started in 3rd, now sits in 7th. Billy Howard from 12th to 8th. And Charles Grant Jr. started in 15th, has moved his way up to 9th. David Gainforth started 14th and moved his way up to 10th. David Howard Jr. started 10th and now sits 11th. Paul Cohen started 13th and now sits 12th. Paul Zota started 17th and now sits 13th. Daniel Haney started 11th and has fallen back to 14th. And Jim Locking, rounding out your top 15, started in 16th, now in 15th. Go back up front to Adam Baker as they've got a battle up front. Top 3 battling for that front position. Adam Baker adding another lap led, leading 6 laps now. Now has the most laps led of the night. And the 39 of Jackson Allen is definitely making a name for himself out here tonight with his first race with Southern Motorsports. Matter of fact, let's take a look at our drivers who are new this week. Jackson Allen sitting in second. I believe it was Charles Grant Jr. sitting in ninth. And Skylar Allen Sr. is currently scored as 27th. Still on that lead lap though. He's got the leaders right there. So he's going to go 1 lap down. As Adam Baker is going to hit the wall, and we got the 39 spinning to the inside. 39 of Jackson Allen is down on that inside line. No caution though. Let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick again. As we were watching Jackson Allen come off that corner, and we switched to Adam Baker. Does Adam Baker hit the wall? Adam Baker hit the wall and kind of checked up the 39, who also hit the wall. Brad Hicks also hit that 39. And Adam Baker actually falls back, and we've got a caution. I believe that's the 11 of Daniel Haney. Oh, it's a big wreck. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is our second caution of the night. As Daniel Haney was all by himself. There it is. We've got a spinner up there. Oh, and Skylar Allen was involved in that. Oh, it was the 60. The 60 of Ronald Etheridge got turned by the 07 of Billy Howard. So we'll go ahead and take one more look at that. Alright, doesn't look like Billy Howard knew he was on the outside. He tried to go high. Wasn't able to keep it. And Billy Howard stays out and will be scored as our leader. But on pit road, you got a ton of trucks. Actually, you don't have a lot of trucks down there yet. As Keith Haney's actually scored as second. And I don't believe he pitted. Oh, there we go. We were still on replay, but go ahead to Billy Howard, who is still out there. And I imagine we'll see Billy Howard come down pit road. We will. So Keith Haney will take that lead back over. As we're looking for somebody to interview here, let's see. See if we can get a word in with David Gainforth really quick. David Gainforth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Well, you've been moving your way up the field. How's the truck out there tonight?
Yeah, so far the truck feels really good, actually, and I've had a few horseshoes, missed a couple of wrecks, so yeah, sitting here in 4th place already. Looking good.
All right, well, we're pretty early in this race so far. We've got 2 cautions, had that one really, really early, and now you have this second one here tonight. Do you have any kind of strategy going into this?
Well, with the no quick repairs this week, you just sort of got to ride around, make sure you're here for the last 20, 25 laps of the race. So I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I'd be happy just to ride here for the next 80 laps.
Now, is that no quick repair changing your approach to this race?
Oh, yeah, it's got to. You can't be quite as aggressive. You really got to pay attention to what's going on around you and, keep your eyes open for everything that's going on.
All right, well, I see you guys are on the one to go, so I'll let you get back to racing. Good luck to you, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you at the end of the race, man.
Thanks, man. Have a good show.
All right, David Gainforth is sitting in 4th. Started back in 14th, and also got Paul Zoda, who started back in 17th, now running 5th. But Keith Haney is back up front, 7 laps led now. Lap 23 of 115 will go back to racing on lap 24. Pace car will dip in, and Keith Haney will bring him to the line. Green flag is back out, and we're back to racing here at the Atlanta 115 of the Southern Motorsport Truck Series. And Joe Mitchell does steal the lap. It looks like he beat him by a nose. He is stuck on that outside line, though. And we're going to see Paul Zoda move into 4th and possibly take over 3rd from Joe Mitchell now, as David Gainforth did drop to that inside line. David Gainforth did go to that bottom line. He's actually in the middle of both lines, and now he is on that bottom line. He's got the 51 of Buzz, Paul Cohen right behind him, and it looks like Paul is going to fall in right behind him in front of the 21 of Ray Williams. We got Lupe Gonzalez on that outside line, trying to get down there and trying to save as many positions as he can. He may just fall behind this 21 and jump into line right here as the 54 of Joe Mitchell is trying to keep any from losing that many positions on that outside line. Paul Zoda will be scored as 3rd now. David Gainforth hanging on to that top 5, trying to get around Joe Mitchell to move back into 4th. Keith Haney is up front, starting to build a little bit of a gap. He's got Justin McDuff now behind him, with Paul Zoda in 3rd. And David Gainforth did take back over 4th, Joe Mitchell in 5th. And now Paul Cohen is working on Joe Mitchell. Paul Cohen get into that top 5. Like he clipped the apron there and had to regain control of the truck. And he isn't going to make the pass on the 54, as Joe Mitchell is going to get to that inside line. Let's go ahead and take a look back up. David Gainforth now trying to defend from Joe Mitchell. And you heard it earlier while we were talking to David Gainforth, they did get rid of the fast repairs here at Southern Motorsports, hoping to make the races more like an actual race. So these guys, when they get the damage, they've got to get it fixed. They don't have any quick fix or easy way to get around it. Paul Zota was working on that 20 of Justin McDuff. He wasn't able to get around him, had to kind of force it down low a little bit and slow down. And now Justin McDuff is working on the 87 of Keith Haney, who has led 13 laps tonight. We are seeing Paul Zota move back up and fight for that second position once again. We're going to go back here a little bit to fifth. Actually, Ray Williams. Where is Ray Williams at? Ray Williams managed to come out in sixth. He's trying to catch up to that 101 of David Gainforth. Behind Ray Williams, though, you have Eric Burley in the 14. That Knack Tech truck with the 53 of Lupe Gonzalez and the 51 of Paul Cohen back there battling it out as well. As Lupe Gonzalez has got that inside line on him. Keith Haney's he's starting to lose some of that lead. The 20 of Justin McDuff has definitely got that truck dialed in. And Paul Zota and Joe Mitchell are right there, so the top four are now battling for that lead. As the 9 of David Howard Jr. down low, we have 20 trucks still on the lead lap. And the 88 of Jeff Glockner did take his truck behind the wall. So we still have 28 trucks still on the track. Keith Haney is ticking away laps led tonight, though. As now Joe Mitchell to the inside of Paul Zota will move into third. And David Gainforth now trying to make that move on Paul Zota as well. So David Gainforth will move into fourth for the moment. Paul Zota and him still battling it out back there. I do have David Gainforth moving up into fourth for the moment. And the 21 of Ray Williams is back there trying to get up to the 101 before Paul can drop to the bottom. And it doesn't look like Paul will be able to. Ray Williams will get a shot at the top 5 for the first time tonight. So let's go back and look at that and see Ray Williams getting into the top 5. He does make the pass right there. So he will be scored as 5th as Paul Zota moves back to 6th now. We'll go back up front though with Keith Haney as he's got a good battle on his hands right now. The 54 Joe Mitchell and the 20 of Justin McDuff battling for that lead. And the 54 of Justin McDuff did fall off some there. Oops, wrong button. As we're starting to get some separation here. Fourth through 7th are all together. And then you got to go back to Eric Burley with Paul Cohen. Keith Haney, though, is still up here, and they got some lap traffic. The 66 of Skylar Allen Sr. on that bottom line, letting those guys pass. And I imagine we see Justin McDuff kind of just hang back here and let Keith Haney burn up his tires. 23 laps led for Keith Haney. 40 laps into this race now. Only 2 cautions tonight, so great running by these guys. Once they kind of got the, I guess you could say the rust off the tire or rust off the trucks from not racing last week, they have been out there putting down some green flag laps. As we're seeing Justin McDuff look to that inside line, coming off of every corner, as you see Keith Haney's going in low, coming out high. Justin McDuff is going in high, coming out low, trying to get that run on Keith and get to that inside line for the next corner to make the pass on him. Ray Williams now into third. 54 of Joe Mitchell in fourth. And Paul Zoda moves into the top 5 once again. He's got Lupe Gonzalez on his outside, now moving behind him. Back in 7th, you have David Gainforth. And in 8th, you have Paul Cohen. 9th, Eric Burley. And rounding out your top 10 right now is Ivan Jones. So we've got 2 Lazy Days racing drivers up in the top 10. Keith Haney, though, still taking away some laps, and Justin McDuff had a shot at that inside line, didn't take it, decided to back off and not risk an accident. And that's something you'll see from these guys with that no quick repair. And you're starting to see the top 2 pull away as they're battling it out for that lead. Justin McDuff has been right on the bumper of Keith Haney for most of this race here. As Paul Zoda has now fallen back to 8th. Ray Williams in 3rd, Joe Mitchell in 4th. Lupe Gonzalez moves into that top 5. David Gainforth in 6th. Eric Burley 7th. Paul Zoda is in 9th, moving up to 8th now. Paul Cohen in 9th. Ivan Jones 10th. Jim Lockings 11th. Shane Pippola 12th. Kurt Davidson 13th. Bob Skinner 14th. Stephen Bird rounding out your top 15. Adam Baker in 16th. Jay Dubuque in 17th. Billy Howard in 18th. Rob Whitmore 1 lap down in 19th. Jackson Allen is 1 lap down in 20th. Ronald Etheridge on pit road. Thomas Keene has disconnected. Skylar Allen out there 11 laps down. David Howard Jr. is 12 laps down in 24th. Charles Grant Jr. and Daniel Haney on pit road. Brad Hicks disconnected. Jeff Glockner disconnected. AJ Hamill disconnected. Ryan Gimmel disconnected. James Haney is still on the track but not racing at the moment. So the points leader is out with finishes 27th tonight. Tough break for the points leader out here tonight, but these guys are gonna still battle out there and try to see how close they can get. Let's take a look really quick at those points and see just how close it is. Brad Hicks had a 78-point lead, and Keith Haney, who right now is scored as, let's see if we can find Keith Haney. He's actually 16th, 295 points back from Brad Hicks. So we might see a change at the top. Paul Zoda is running in the... Well, he was running in the top 10. He's now back in 11th. Ivan Jones still defending that top 10 position. 50 laps into this. I guess Brad Hicks wrecking early isn't going to affect him that much, as anybody who was in pretty good striking distance of him is not in the top 10 right now. And Paul Zoda, who is in 11th right now, is 106 points back. And we did see Justin McDuff fall off. He was on that back bumper of Keith Haney, and he started to fall off. Keith Haney is now out to a 1 second lead. Still good battle here, though, as Lupe Gonzalez is going to move into 4th. Ray Williams back into 5th. We're going to watch this battle for 3rd, as Lupe Gonzalez is going to go to the inside of Joe Mitchell and get the pass and move into 3rd. And Joe Mitchell on that inside line. Does he get the position back from Lupe? He will fight for that inside line going into the corner. And he does move back into 3rd for the moment. And he does beat Lupe to the line, so he is 3rd place that lap round. Back and forth those two go, as we've got a lot of spread out action right now. Ray Williams in 5th, Eric Burley now in 6th, Paul Cohen 7th, Ivan Jones has moved up to 8th, Paul Zoda fighting back now in 9th, Shane Papala in 10th, Bob Skinner 11th, Adam Baker now 12th, Kurt Davidson 13th, Stephen Bird 14th, Billy Howard 15th. Jay Dubuque is now 1 lap down, as we're starting to see some pit stops. Rob Whitmore 1 lap down, David Gainforth now 1 lap down, I believe he took a pit stop. Jim Locking 1 lap down. Jackson Allen is 3 laps down. And we're going to start seeing pit stops. When do we see Keith Haney come down pit road? As we lost the field for a moment where we were on pit road, so we didn't even notice it. Keith Haney is on pit road. Justin McDuff will lead his first lap of the night after battling in 2nd for most of the night. We'll see when Justin McDuff comes down pit road now. Lupe Gonzalez 2nd, Ray Williams now in 3rd, Eric Burley up to 4th. And rounding out your top 5 is Paul Cohen. Justin McDuff is going to go to pit road, so is Lupe Gonzalez. Ray Williams as well. The 14 of Eric Burley coming down pit road. The 52 of Ivan Jones coming down pit road. So we're going to see a lot of pit stops here. Let's go ahead and take a break as they get their pit stops done.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group. to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Keith Haney is now 4.5 seconds out front. He is losing time because Joe Mitchell, Justin McDuff, David Gainforth, and Ray Williams are all in a pack moving towards the front. Now 4.5 seconds. I believe that's where he was when we came back. But 4.5 seconds ahead. Keith Haney, 41 laps led, lap 60. And we did have a couple more drivers taken behind the pit wall. We have 21 drivers on the track right now. 2 have not taken behind the wall, but they are on pit road. Ronald Etheridge, Thomas Keane, David Howard Jr., Charles Grant Jr., Brad Hicks, Jeff Glockner, AJ Hamill, and Ryan Gemmel have all taken it behind the wall. Daniel Haney and James Haney are still on pit road. Probably on pit road cheering on Keith Haney, as he is still losing time to Joe Mitchell. And we're going to go back to that battle for a second. As actually Joe Mitchell has got some time on Justin McDuff. Justin McDuff is 0.4 back, sitting in third. And you got to go back another second to the 101 of David Gainforth, sitting in fourth. Ray Williams is another second back in fifth. Ray Williams having a great run out here tonight. Back in sixth is Lupe Gonzalez. Seventh, Eric Barilli. Eighth is Adam Baker. Ninth, Jim Locking. 10th, Shane Pippola. 11th, Ivan Jones. 12th, Paul Cohen. 13th is Paul Zoda. 14th, Bob Skinner. And rounding out your top 15 is Kurt Davidson. As Justin McDuff is starting to, he's barely catching up, but he is gaining time on Joe Mitchell, and Keith Haney's lead is now down to 3.8. These guys have got plenty of time as we are more than halfway through this race here tonight. And our last caution was, see if we can get the lap here really quick. I want to say it was lap 19. Yes, our last caution was lap 19. We went back to green flag racing on lap 22. So these guys have been green flag racing now for a while, and they're hoping to keep it green. And it's definitely helped. I think these guys keep it green with no quick repair. And we had one more truck take it behind pit road. Jackson Allen did take it behind pit road. So Skylar Allen Sr. will have a chance to move up into that 20th position and get a top 20 finish here tonight. Keith Haney's lead now down to a 3.4. He's got 48 laps led though. as they are on less than 50 to go. So Keith Haney has locked up that most laps led tonight. I don't think anybody can come close to him, as the second most laps led is Adam Baker, who's currently sitting in 18th, 1 lap down. So Keith Haney will bring it around to lead his 51st lap as they move to lap 70. But he is down to a 3-second lead. Now Joe Mitchell is catching him. Justin McDuff is sitting 1 second back in third. David Gameforth another second back in fourth. Ray Williams is 0.8 back in fifth. 1.5 back to Lupe Gonzalez. Another 2.5 back to Eric Worley. Shane Papala now sitting in 8th. 0.6 back from Eric. Move back 1.4 to Jim Locking in 9th, as he's in a battle with Ivan Jones in 10th. Ivan is going to get to that inside of Jim Locking though. Ivan Jones isn't going to get the pass though, as Jim Locking will stay in 9th for the moment. And it does look like he is going to clear him and move to that bottom line to defend from Ivan Jones. Go back out to Keith Haney, who is now down to 2.5 seconds. So that time is coming off fast. Not sure if Keith Haney pitting earlier than these guys did help him, as we're starting to see, I don't know if his tires are wearing out or what's going on with that truck, but he is losing time quick to Joe Mitchell. Now on his 55th lap led, lap 74 of 115 out here tonight, and Keith Haney has been dominating since the green flag stops. As he'll now come to lap 75. 56 laps led now. But he is once again losing time to that 54 of Joe Mitchell, who now has him in his sights. He can see him. He's starting to gain time on him, and he knows that he's got to be watching that relative and looking to see how much he has gained in per lap. I think with that lap traffic, it's actually helping Keith Haney a little bit. He is going to gain a little bit of speed from drafting those guys. Lap 77 of 115. Keith Haney still ticking him off. 2.2 seconds ahead of Joe Mitchell. Let's go up and watch Keith Haney. See where he's at. He's not battling any lap traffic at the moment. And that lap traffic, I believe it was the 80 of Bob Skinner actually helped, or 82 of Bob Skinner actually helped Keith Haney extend his lead over Joe Mitchell, as he's now putting time on Joe Mitchell, something we haven't seen since the green flag stops. But Keith Haney is still up front, leading the laps. Let's do a rundown of where everybody sits. Keith Haney started 5th tonight, has led 60 laps, now sits in 1st. Joe Mitchell started 3rd tonight, has led 6 laps, now sits in 2nd. Justin McDuff started 7th, led 2 laps, and sits in 3rd. Ray Williams started 27th, has moved up to 4th tonight. Great run by him. Lupe Gonzalez started 26th and now sits 5th. David Gainforth started 14th and now sits 6th. Eric Burley started 20th and now sits 7th. Shane Papala started 28th and now sits 8th. Ivan Jones started 24th and now sits 9th. As the 65. Who is the 65? The Jay Dubuque moved to the inside line to let him by. Jim Locking started 16th tonight, now in the top 10. Paul Cohen started 13th, now in 11th. Paul Zoda started 17th, has moved up to 12th tonight. His highest position was 3rd. Bob Skinner started 22nd tonight, now sitting in 13th. Kurt Davidson started 29th, now 14th. Stephen Bird started 21st, now in 15th. Jay Dubuque started 23rd and now up in 16th. Billy Howard on pit road started 12th, led 1 lap, now sits in 17th. Adam Baker started 8th tonight, had led 9 laps, now in 18th. Rob Whitmore started 18th and is fallen back 1 to 19th. Skylar Allen Jr. started in 30th, now up to 20th. Jackson Allen isn't on the track. Ronald Etheridge not on the track. Thomas Keene has taken it behind the wall. David Howard Jr. taking it behind the wall. Charles Grant Jr., Daniel Haney, Brad Hicks, Jeff Glockner, James Haney, AJ Hamill, and Ryan Gimmel have all taken it behind the wall. So we'll go back out front to Keith Haney. And I imagine we'll see Keith Haney come down pit road earlier than Joe Mitchell. Actually, did Joe Mitchell come down pit road early? Joe Mitchell is on pit road, so he decided to take an early pit stop. Ray Williams up into 3rd. Justin McDuff into 2nd now. Keith Haney back up front, or still up front, now with a 5-second lead on Justin McDuff. Joe Mitchell is working his way off pit road now, 1 lap down. Got to get back out there and get back running before Keith Haney catches him. Keith Haney now leading his 67th lap. We're on lap 86 of 115 out here tonight. 30 to go. And we have, let's see here, 1 second. We have 20 drivers still on the field. 13 on the lead lap. They still have 1 more green flag pit stop, and then they should be fine for the rest of the race. 2 cautions out here tonight. Pretty impressive by these guys. 87 laps down, 2 cautions, and both of them were within the first 20 laps. So these guys have been green for roughly 67 laps now. As now Adam Baker in danger of getting lapped. Once again, Keith Haney did bring it down pit road. We'll see if Ray Williams now... Oh, Keith Haney lost control into the grass. Does he get a speeding penalty? Ray Williams will get his first lap led, I believe, tonight. He does, so Ray Williams will be our leader here on lap 88, getting his first lap led. As he's only got a half-second lead on Lupe Gonzalez, who is now looking at that lead. And when does Ray Williams will bring it down pit road? So Lupe Gonzalez now the leader. Keith Haney is back on the track. Let's see if he did get a speeding penalty. He had those tires locked up. Oh, he almost goes into the 65 there. We'll see if he comes back down pit road. He had those tires locked up, went into the grass. And it doesn't look like he is, he got a black flag, so he is still out there. He is one lap down, as now Eric Burley is the only driver. Or actually, we do have 3 drivers on the lead lap. One is on pit road. Ivan Jones in second. Eric Burley now is the leader, getting his first laps led tonight. Started way back in 20th. And I believe Ivan Jones went to pit road. So Eric now has a 29-second lead, 1 lap lead on the whole entire field. He's got to be waiting for that caution, hoping it comes out, as we're on lap 91 of 115. And I imagine we'll see him run that truck dry. And he is going to come down pit road now. And I believe that'll put Keith Haney back on the lead lap. Does that give Keith Haney enough time to get back around the track, as we'll start to see that lead timer tick down. He's in a battle with the 65, who is a lapped truck. Eric Burley is coming off pit road. I don't think he's going to have enough, though. And he does get passed by Keith Haney. He's sitting in third at the moment, now back in fourth. So Keith Haney will get some more laps led. Eric Burley did steal 3. Lap 92 of 115. Only 2 cautions, and we've had a bunch of lead changes. Let's take a look at that race summary really quick. Eric Burley was scored as our last leader. That'll change in just one moment as Keith Haney crosses the line. So Keith Haney will be our 13th lead change of the night. Let's see, who was our fastest lap? Our fastest lap was Brad Hicks with 29.166. He is, of course, out of the race. 2 cautions, 4 caution laps, 23 laps left in this race. We are coming to the 20 to go. Keith Haney will add another lap, making that 70 laps led for tonight. Keith Haney has been dominating since getting to the front of this race. Ever since that last caution we had, Keith Haney has been up front for almost the whole entire race. And your top 5 right now is Keith Haney, Joe Mitchell, Justin McDuff, Ray Williams, Lupe Gonzalez. Shane Papala is scored as 6th. Eric Burley now in 7th. David Gainforth will get the pass and move into 7th. Eric Burley in 8th. Jim Locking 9th. Paul Cohen is 10th. And it does look like Eric Burley was starting to have some blinking issues. Go back here. Actually go ahead to David Gainforth. We'll see if Eric Burley does have any more of those blinking issues. Doesn't look like it is affecting him anymore. Keith Haney, though, isn't too far off from losing that position. Joe Mitchell is right on him. Joe Mitchell only has 6 laps led here tonight, but he only needs to lead that last one. 20 laps to go. $19 to go now as Keith Haney extends that laps led out to 73. So nobody will be taking that crown from him tonight. Joe Mitchell, though, is right on, or not right on his bumper, about 0.2 back, as the 70 of Rob Whitmore does go high to let those guys pass. It looked like it slowed up Keith Haney a little bit. 18 to go. Joe Mitchell now is right on his bumper. waiting for an opportunity to pass, as I believe Joe Mitchell did pit earlier than Keith Haney. So we'll see if those tires do hold on, as we got two Toyotas up front. Something we don't see a lot of here in the Southern Motorsports Truck Series. Usually it's those traditional Chevy trucks up front, but we've got Toyotas up front here tonight. And it looked like Joe Mitchell looked to that high side, didn't have enough on that high side. Keith Haney on the bottom, and they're one by one right now. Joe Mitchell is waiting for his chance. The 55 of James Haney, who I show 68 laps down, was on the track, went down to the apron to avoid the leaders. 15 laps to go. Joe Mitchell is still looking to that inside line, trying to get the pass on Keith Haney. And he's sticking there right with Keith Haney. And we're starting to see Keith Haney put a little bit of time. Maybe those tires are starting to wear out on Joe Mitchell, who took an earlier pit stop. As we're now on 14 to go. And we saw Keith Haney extend that lead up to .2. Can he get it up to .3? Doesn't look like it's going to quite be .3 at the start finish. But Joe Mitchell is trying to hang in there and trying to see an advantage anywhere and try to gain that advantage on Keith Haney. 13 to go though, and it does look like Keith Haney is gaining time on Joe Mitchell as he's making his way out to .3 now. And while that battle kind of fizzles out now, actually it's starting to come back, as now it's at .2. Joe Mitchell is starting to catch him. And just like that, that lead is going to drop back out. Let's go back and check out Ray Williams, who is in a battle with Lupe Gonzalez. And they got the lap traffic of Bob Skinner, who's back in 14th, battling right in that pack. Lupe Gonzalez will move into 4th. Ray Williams still in that top 5. And we have our third caution. And it was, who was it? I have Eric Barilli involved in it. So let's go ahead and take a look with our third caution of the night. Oh, I think we had some major net code here. Let's see if we can take a look at it. It looked like the 07 just got completely turned. Oh, yeah, that was bad net code here tonight. The 07 to Billy Howard, who is back in 18th, made no contact with the 14, and they both were spun out. Tough break for both of them as we move to 10 to go. Keith Haney has all but wrapped this thing up, but this last caution now makes things interesting. Does Keith Haney stay out and chance it? And if Keith Haney goes in, does Joe Mitchell stay out? And Justin McDuff decided to stay out there. And it looks like he spun it. Let's take a look back at that, as it looks like when he decided to keep it out, he may have collided with the 65. Oh no, he just lost it coming off pit road. That's all it was. He will gain that spot back though, as Justin excuse me, Justin McDuff will be scored as our leader with 9 to go. And we'll see if Justin McDuff was able to, if him staying out is going to give him the lead and the win here tonight. As Keith Haney is in second with those fresh tires. Everybody else behind him does have fresh tires. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here and come back for the finish of this race here at the Atlanta 115.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
As we come back with 8 to go, we are still waiting for the 1 to go. And it does look like they are starting to double up. So Justin McDuff will have an uphill battle here with, when we come back green, we will be 6 to go. And he's got a charging pack of trucks right behind him with fresh tires. Justin McDuff did elect to stay out. Is going to get his 4th lap led here tonight. So an interesting battle here in the top 5. Justin McDuff started in 7th tonight. Keith Haney started in 5th. Joe Mitchell started in row number 2. Actually, same position he's sitting in right now. Lupe Gonzalez started way back in 26th. And Ray Williams started in 27th. I believe Ray Williams is actually 4th right now. Oh no, Lupe Gonzalez is 5th. Ray Williams is 4th. He's laying back on this restart. Great green flag run by these guys, as we saw 2 green flag pit stops. We will see the field kind of get close here right now. The pace car will dip in. Justin McDuff will bring him to the line. 6 to go. Green flag is out. And Justin McDuff doesn't beat Keith Haney to that line. So those tires are already making a difference here tonight. Keith Haney is on that high side, though. We haven't seen anybody win on that high side in these 2x2 battles. He will fall in line right in front of Joe Mitchell. As I'm surprised we're not seeing Justin McDuff hug at that bottom line. He is staying down low. We've seen guys come up high after those corners. Justin McDuff keeps it down low. How long can Justin McDuff hold on here as he's coming to 5 to go? He will lead his 5th lap of the night. 5 to go, 5 laps led for Justin McDuff. Keith Haney, though, with 84 laps led, is going to go to that high side, try to make the run on the high side. Doesn't look like he has just enough to get past Justin McDuff. And now, does the bottom line win here? It does. So Keith Haney isn't going to have enough on that high side, even with the draft. And now the 53 of Lupe Gonzalez is getting into the mix, moving into third. 4 laps to go. Justin McDuff on those old tires trying to hold on and win here at Atlanta. Lupe Gonzalez trying to make a move. We're 3 wide up front. Four laps to go. Joe Mitchell into the wall. Lupe Gonzalez second. Keith Haney in front. Justin McDuff now in third. Three to go, and Keith Haney will claim his 85th lap led tonight. Lupe Gonzalez now fighting for that win. Gonna try to get to the inside, doesn't quite get it. 3 to go still. And Lupe Gonzalez has got to take some time here and wait for his shot. 2 to go here at the Atlanta 115. Lupe Gonzalez waiting for that chance. Started way back in 27th, I believe. 28th. Lupe Gonzalez waiting for his shot to get below Keith Haney as we're knocking him into the white flag. Lupe Gonzalez gets the run on the high side. It's going to be right on Keith Haney's bumper as we have the white flag. 1 to go here at Atlanta in the SoMo Truck Series. And can Lupe Gonzalez get to the inside of Keith Haney? And it doesn't look like it. Keith Haney will win it here tonight. Lupe's last charge isn't going to make it. Keith Haney will be your winner here tonight. And let's go ahead to Keith Haney. Keith Haney will be your winner here tonight. Lupe Gonzalez in second. David Gainforth will round out your top 3. Shane Papala battles from way back in 27th or near the back of the field at the start of this race. Finishes 4th. Paul Cohen 5th. And we will take a quick break and come back for our interviews tonight. All right, and we're back here with David Gainforth. David Gainforth, to get a copy.
Yes, Steve, I'm here, man.
All right, well, you start in 14th. We saw you fall back to 18th at one point. You finished third out here tonight. How does it feel, man?
I'm really excited, actually. I'm not quite sure how I got there. With 5 to go on that last restart, I restarted, I think, 7th or 8th or something. And I don't know, I was racing really hard with the 20 car. I'm just watching the replay now. I'm hoping I didn't get into him. It looked like a net code, actually. I'm just watching the replay because we never actually touched. But it was good hard racing, man. Had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, we did see some of that net code out here tonight, and I imagine that's just the product of a last-second iRacing update. Next week we head to Dover. How is Dover for you? Are you expecting another good finish out there next week?
Dover's not one of my favorite places to race, I'll be honest, but it's really fast, and with these new rules that they got here at Southern with no quick repairs, You really got to be on your toes because at Dover there's nowhere to go. And if there's an accident in front of you, usually it's a multi-car accident. So it's going to be a real testament to patience next week.
All right. Well, is there any shout-outs you'd like to give tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Old School Motorsports for my new paint job there on my truck. I'm in new Mr. Bubbles truck for this season. And, of course, you guys up in the booth at Arctic Broadcasting, Paul here at Southern Motorsports, any sponsors that he has, and just happy to be here.
All right, and I have to admit, I do love that new scheme on that Mr. Bubble machine. You got to get those bubbles on there and celebrate your third place finish out here tonight, and hopefully we get to speak to you next week.
Yeah, hope so, man. Well, hopefully tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, too, so.
All right, well, have a good night, man.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
All right, and we do not have Lupe Gonzalez in TeamSpeak, so we'll go ahead and go to our winner here tonight, Keith Haney. Keith Haney, you got a copy.
10-4.
Starting fifth tonight, you lead the race. You lead 88 laps as well. I'd say that's pretty dominating win out here tonight. How does it feel?
It feels good because it definitely wasn't easy. Every time we would get to go in there, I would lose a lot of ground until, I don't know, maybe 13 laps of fuel left. It seems like I was able to start pulling away from the 54 a little bit, but, man, he was definitely going to give me a run.
Now, next week they head to Dover. How was Dover for you? Expecting another great finish out there next week?
I'm not very good at Dover, but I definitely need to win it because I'm not in the chase, and the only way that it's going to do it is to get 2 wins, and that still might not even do it, but anything less than a win definitely is not going to do it. So next week's the last race before the chase, so I will definitely be looking to win it.
All right, and we spoke to David Gainforth earlier in the race during a caution, and he mentioned how not having that quick repair definitely makes you approach the race a little bit differently. Did you feel that tonight? I mean, did you approach the race differently, or did you just go out and do your normal thing?
I definitely approached it different. I knew that as many cars behind me as possible was the best because that means if a wreck happened, it stands to happen behind you. And I definitely didn't want to get stuck in the middle of the pack and give a chance for those cars in front of me to get in a wreck and have to drive through it because you're not always going to drive through it, of course.
All right, well, you do come away with the win tonight. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just anybody out there watching. Appreciate you guys watching. Look for another win next week at Dover.
All right, well, congrats once again on your first place finish. You also lead 88 laps, most laps led, so you were speaking about getting more points out there, and you definitely got some more points out there tonight with a lap led and the most laps led. So congrats on that, and hopefully we see you next week.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and go through the results here tonight. Keith Haney does come away with that win. Lupe Gonzalez will finish second. David Gainforth will finish third. Shane Papala will finish fourth. Paul Cohen will finish fifth. Ray Williams finishes just outside the top 5 in sixth. Ivan Jones finishes 7th. Jim Locking 8th. Kurt Davidson 9th. Bob Skinner will round out your top 10. Paul Zoda in 11th. Joe Mitchell, who we saw running pretty hard up front earlier in the race, did finish 12th. Justin McDuff, who I believe stayed out on old tires on that last caution, finishes 13th. Stephen Bird, 14th. Adam Baker, 15th. Jay Dubuque will finish 16th. Billy Howard will finish 17th. Rob Whitmore in 18th. Eric Barilli will finish 19th. Skylar Allen Jr. or Sr. will finish in 20th for his first race here at Southern Motorsports. Jackson Allen will finish 21st. James Haney will finish 22nd. Ronald Etheridge 23rd. Thomas Keene 24th. David Howard Jr. 25th. Charles Grant Jr. 26th. Daniel Haney 27th. Brad Hicks 28th. Jeff Glockner 29th. AJ Hamill 30th. And rounding out our field tonight is Ryan Gemmel, who unfortunately wrecked it on that first lap. And with that, I would like to thank everybody for stopping by and checking out the race tonight. Make sure to hit that like button and So go ahead and subscribe to Max Speed TV 3. Starting next Monday, we will be live on Max Speed TV 3, not Arctic Broadcasting anymore. We are merging with Max Speed TV and forming Max Speed TV 3, another one of those partnered networks with Max Speed TV. So make sure to go ahead and check out that channel, subscribe to there. All the upcoming races will be scheduled on there. If you go there and check it out, you can see them all right now. And with that, I'd like to say have a good night to everybody. And once again, thank you for stopping by and checking out the race.